Hello, my name is Sambit Banerjee. Welcome to my video on innovation. In the next few minutes, I'll try and answer the questions, which are the organizations I find most innovative and what helps them innovate? So I've decided to take a cue from Carl Bass, CEO of Autodesk, and Vijay Govindrajan, Professor of International Business at Tufts Business School, and talk about 4 trends that are sweeping our world and how some of the companies which I admire are leading the innovation curve in each of these areas. When I think of books, what I'm really interested in is the stories, and I want to access it anytime, anywhere, and at a low cost. Retail chains like Borders failed to realize this and were forced out of business. It was swiftly replaced by innovators like Amazon and Kobo with products like Kindle or Kobo Reader. The story is the same when it comes to movies, music, or gaming. Innovators like Spotify, LoveFilm, and Netflix have replaced retail giants like HMV, Blockbuster, and Game who have gone into administration. There are plenty of other examples. In the last decade, we have seen a massive shift from owning a car, which is expensive, not environment friendly, and comes with maintenance hassles, to having access to a car on demand. Zipcar saw this opportunity and launched its membership-based service. It now has close to 1 million members and was recently acquired by Avis for $500 million. I'm sure you would agree with me when I say nobody is smarter than everybody. And as a result, in an increasingly connected world, crowdsourcing and open innovation is quickly becoming a phenomenon. When Scott Wilson, the industrial designer, was creating a wristwatch built on the iPod Nano, he was struggling to raise $15,000. He used Kickstarter and in 2 months raised $1 million. What is amazing is that in the last 1 year, $100 million have been pledged on Kickstarter to support 25,000 projects. Lego provides a great example for embracing open innovation. Lego runs a co-creation platform called Kusu. Anyone can submit a project idea, and those that reach 10,000 votes are reviewed by Lego and potentially turned into real products. If the project reaches production, the person who submitted the idea receives up 1% of the total net sales of the product. Here is a company which was at the brink of bankruptcy in the 90s, and yet in the last 5 years it has shown 40% year-on-year profit. Every day we create 2.5 exabytes of data. To get a perspective on the scale, imagine all the data ever produced in human history until the year 2000. We now create that amount of data every 2 days. The number may seem daunting, but this actually provides a great opportunity to innovate. Companies like IBM, AMC, and ClickTech have embraced this big data challenge to come up with innovative analytics products that can help organizations gain a full understanding of customers. What makes them tick, why they buy, how they prefer to shop, why they switch, what they'll buy next, and what factors lead them to recommend a company to others. Google, as we all know, is an innovation leader when it comes to accessing information. It has long been the biggest search company, but its upcoming products like Google Glasses will fundamentally change the way we interact with the physical world. Historically, multinational companies innovated in developed countries and sold the products in developing countries. Reverse innovation is doing exactly the opposite, where innovation is triggered by conditions in the emerging economies, and the resulting product or service opens up a new market in the home country. Let me take an example. GE Healthcare is a market leader in ECG machines, but those sophisticated devices cost over $150,000 each. They require electricity to work and a trained practitioner to use them. Now take a country like China, where 70% of the population lives in the rural areas where there is a lack of proper hospitals, trained doctors, and reliable electricity. But this does not mean that 1 billion people do not have the risk of heart attack. So GE pioneered a $500 ultra-portable battery-operated ECG machine, which was extremely simple to operate and could be carried to the villages in a backpack. 5 years later, this machine is a $300 million global business for GE and is sold in 150 countries, including US. In a developed economy, these are highly effective during emergencies like natural disasters, highway accidents, and also in crowded operating rooms in cities like New York, where space is a premium. finding the recipe for innovation is perhaps the holy grail of our modern times. I would like to refer to a book called The Innovators' DNA, co-authored by the INSEAD professor Hal Gregerson and Harvard Business School professor Clayton Christensen. Hal and Clayton interviewed thousands of innovators and identified 4 qualities that most of them have. They argue that innovation starts with questioning. A part of being an innovator is being able to generate the right questions, being able to challenge the status quo. The next piece then is doing something with the questions. Questions for question's sake is just being clever and won't take one too far. So one needs to go out of the office and make the questions active and do something with it. That brings us to the first quality, association. Steve Jobs believed that answering the innovation questions is all about connecting the dots. At university, he was fascinated by calligraphy and things like font shapes, kernings, etc. Later in life, when he was designing the Mac interface, he connected with his past experiences to synthesize new things. The second quality exhibited by innovators is experimenting or experimentation. So people like Jeff Bezos of Amazon and Richard Branson likes to try out different things. It's not necessary that everything will work, but as long as one learns from the mistakes, it lays a great foundation for spectacular things. The third quality highlighted by the authors is networking. Pierre Omidyar, the founder of eBay, and David Neeleman, founder of JetBlue, likes to idea network. They talk to people who are different from themselves, and in those conversations they ask a lot of questions to get new ideas. David, for example, is credited to come up with the concept of e-ticketing, an idea which he got while talking to an employee who was frustrated carrying paper tickets around. The final quality is that of observation. Scott Cook, the CEO of Intuit, is an observer. He watches the world very carefully and is always asking himself, what's surprising in this situation? What's unexpected? What does not fit? So when you take a question and combine it with an action like associating or experimenting or networking with people or observing, you're likely to get incredibly insightful ideas about new businesses, new products, new services, or a breakthrough process. Most organizations which have been consistently innovative have a leader who has one or more of these qualities. But innovation is not the job of the CEO or the founder of a company alone. The leader needs to empower everybody, and when they know it's okay to fail sometimes, it's okay to challenge the commonly accepted, and it's okay to believe in something, no matter how ridiculous it sounds at the beginning, chances are the organization will continue to ride the innovation wave. My name is Sambit Banerjee. Thanks for watching.